Hey there, kitchen warriors! Be honest, how many times have you settled for soggy fries or dry chicken just because your old air fryer couldn't deliver that perfect crisp? Or maybe your countertop looks more like a gadget graveyard with a bulky toaster, a tired microwave, and that ancient air fryer that sounds like a mini jet engine. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. A lot of us are stuck with appliances that either underperform, take up too much space, or just make healthy cooking a pain. Now imagine this. You're craving that crispy, golden crunch of your favorite comfort food. Wings, fries, or maybe even a toasted sandwich. But without the oil, the mess, or the weight. You want quick, tasty meals that actually feel indulgent, but don't wreck your health goals. That's where the Ninja Air Fryer Pro 4-in-1 with 5-quart capacity steps in. This isn't just another trendy kitchen gadget. It's a sleek, powerful workhorse designed to simplify your meals and actually deliver on those crispy promises. With 4 functions, air fry, roast, reheat, and dehydrate, it's built to replace multiple appliances and save you time, space, and energy. The Air Crisp technology blasts food with up to 400 degrees of superheated air, locking in flavor while using up to 75% less fat. And the 5-quart capacity, it can handle up to 4 pounds of fries or 5 pounds of wings, making it a real contender for weeknight dinners or game day feasts. Right now, it's going for around $99. And if you're thinking about upgrading your kitchen without breaking the bank, there's a link below to check the deal. So if you're tired of noisy, underpowered fryers that leave your food limp and lifeless, stick around, because in this review, I'll break down exactly what makes the Ninja Air Fryer Pro stand out, and what you need to know before clicking buy. At first glance, the Ninja Air Fryer Pro doesn't scream luxury appliance. It's compact, black, and straightforward. But once you place it on your counter and actually get your hands on it, you realize this thing is quietly engineered for performance and everyday ease. Let's break it down. Measuring just under 15 inches deep, 11 inches wide, and a little over 10 inches tall, it's surprisingly compact for what it can do. That footprint is a major win, especially if you've been trying to declutter your countertop or live in a smaller kitchen space. Compared to bulkier toaster ovens or some of the oversized air fryer ovens, this Ninja model fits snugly in the corner without demanding real estate. And yet, it's not small on the inside, which we'll get into later. The build quality here strikes a balance between lightweight and sturdy. Yes, it's primarily made of plastic with metal accents, but it doesn't feel flimsy or cheap. The matte black finish is modern and understated, meaning it won't clash with your other kitchen gear. If anything, it blends in seamlessly. But once those digital numbers light up, it looks like a serious tool, not a gimmicky gadget. One of the key visual features is the front-facing digital control panel. Instead of cluttering the top or hiding it on the side, Ninja placed it right where your eyes naturally go. The interface uses tactile push buttons, not just touch sensors, and they feel firm and responsive, which is something older users or anyone with bigger hands will appreciate. The display itself is bright, clear, and simple. You'll see the time, temperature, and cooking mode in an easy-to-read layout, even from across the kitchen. Below the control panel sits the real heart of this unit, the 5-quart nonstick basket. It pulls out effortlessly with a solid, ergonomic handle that doesn't wobble or feel loose. That handle's grip has a nice angle to it too, subtle but important when you're lifting out 4 pounds of sizzling fries or chicken wings. And inside the basket is the crisper plate, which is coated in non-stick material just like the basket itself. This plate isn't just a gimmick. It allows hot air to circulate fully around your food, ensuring that every side gets the heat treatment. Think of it like a little wire rack built into your fryer, but easier to clean and more efficient. One design quirk that some users have mentioned, and it's worth calling out, is that the air fryer doesn't automatically pause when you pull the basket out. That might sound minor, but if you're used to older models that stop heating as soon as the basket is removed, it can be jarring to feel the air still rushing when you're checking your food. You have to manually press pause, and while that's just one button, it's easy to forget, especially when your hands are full or greasy. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but it's something you should know going in. Now, here's something you might not expect. Despite being mostly plastic, the air fryer doesn't heat up dangerously on the outside. The walls stay relatively cool even at 400 degrees, which is a big safety plus, especially if you've got kids in the house or tend to cook with limited counter space. And even though the unit weighs just a little over 10 pounds, it doesn't slide around when you open the basket. That's thanks to the smart placement of the rubber feet underneath. It's the kind of thoughtful design touch that tells you Ninja didn't just throw this together, they engineered it for real kitchens, real people, real use. In short, the Ninja Air Fryer Pro looks modest, but once you get into the details, it's clearly been designed with a sharp eye on usability and space efficiency. You won't feel like you're sacrificing quality or durability, even if it's not wrapped in stainless steel. And for under $100, the build here is frankly better than some air fryers that cost twice as much. Up next, we're jumping into the core of the experience, how it actually performs when you cook with it. Air frying, roasting, reheating, dehydrating, it promises a lot. But does it deliver where it counts? This is where the Ninja Air Fryer Pro really starts to flex its muscles. Because let's be honest, good looks and compact design don't mean much if it can't actually cook. But here's the deal, this little unit punches way above its weight class when it comes to performance. Let's start with the air fry function, since that's what most people buy it for. Using air crisp technology, this machine surrounds your food with superheated air up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. The result? Crispy outside, tender inside, the kind of finish you'd expect from deep frying, but using up to 75% less fat. One user mentioned doing a batch of buffalo wings that came out so crispy, they didn't even miss the oil. And if you've ever suffered through limp, uneven fries, you'll be surprised by how evenly this fryer cooks from edge to edge. It also handles frozen foods like a champ. Toss in frozen chicken tenders or fries. No preheat, no fuss. And in under 15 minutes, you're serving up food that looks and tastes like it came from a bar kitchen. That's the beauty of true convection airflow. It wraps around every corner of your food, crisping from all sides instead of just blasting it with top heat like a toaster oven. Next up is roast mode, and here's where this thing really starts replacing other appliances. Think juicy chicken thighs, caramelized Brussels sprouts, or even a slab of salmon that's crisp on top but flaky inside. This function maintains a steady, precise temperature while still circulating air, which means you get the benefits of a convection oven in a space the size of a shoebox. One user mentioned using roast mode for veggies and being shocked at how evenly they cooked, with no stirring halfway through. That's not common in small countertop units. Now let's talk about reheat. This one doesn't get the spotlight it deserves. Microwaves are fast, sure, but they often ruin texture, especially for anything that was once crispy. Leftover pizza gets rubbery, fries turn soggy, and meat becomes chewy. But with the Ninja's Reheat function, you get the speed of a microwave with the added benefit of dry heat and air circulation. That leftover burger or sandwich, it comes out hot and crispy, not just warm and sad. One reviewer said their leftover sandwiches actually taste better coming out of the air fryer than they did from the restaurant. That's saying something. And then there's Dehydrate mode. It's not just a novelty feature. If you've ever wanted to try making homemade beef jerky, dried mango slices, or even your own garlic chips, this is your gateway. It runs at a lower, consistent temperature over a longer time, and while it doesn't come with multiple trays like a dedicated dehydrator, it does the job well for small batches. A lot of users don't expect to use this feature until they do and realize it opens a whole new world of snacks. And here's a hidden gem. The transition between these functions is seamless. You don't need to fiddle with confusing dials or switches. Want to go from reheating lunch to roasting a side for dinner? It's just a few button presses. The digital timer and temperature control make it simple to get consistent results, even if you're not a confident cook. That said, let's talk real-world quirks. While the air circulation is fantastic for cooking, it does come with some noise. It's not unbearably loud. One user compared it to a bathroom fan, but it's noticeable. If you're sensitive to kitchen noise or have an open layout, it's something to consider. Also, while the 5-quart capacity is great for small families or a couple of hungry adults, it might feel limited if you're regularly cooking for 5 or more people. You can fit about 4 pounds of fries or 5 pounds of wings, but anything more might require batch cooking, which kind of kills the convenience factor. Another functional detail worth noting: the fryer doesn't pause automatically when the basket is pulled out. That means if you want to shake or check your food, you'll need to manually hit the pause button. It's not a deal breaker, but it's one of those things that would have made this machine feel even more premium. Still, despite these minor hiccups, the overall performance is impressive. The Ninja Air Fryer Pro consistently delivers fast, even, and flavorful results across all 4 cooking modes. And at under $100, you're getting high-end performance at a very approachable price point. Coming up next, we'll dive into what it's actually like to live with this air fryer: cleaning, daily use, and long-term maintenance. Is it as easy to maintain as they say, or are there any hidden frustrations? So now you know it cooks well, but what about the day-to-day experience? Is it the kind of appliance that becomes part of your routine, or one that ends up collecting dust because it's just too much work? Let's start with the control panel, because that's your main point of contact every time you use it. The Ninja Air Fryer Pro keeps things refreshingly simple. 4 clearly labeled buttons let you choose between air fry, roast, reheat, and dehydrate. The temperature and time settings are just as intuitive, with up and down arrows that are responsive and easy to press. The countdown timer is large and bright, no squinting or guesswork required. Several reviewers noted that even their tech-resistant relatives had no trouble using it. One person even joked they finally took this out of the box because it didn't look intimidating like their pressure cooker, and were pleasantly surprised by how easy-peasy it was to operate. That simplicity translates to daily use. Cooking a batch of fries or reheating leftovers doesn't take more than a few button presses. There's no preheat cycle unless you really want to be exact, and for most quick meals, it gets hot fast enough that you don't notice a delay. And unlike some ovens that beep once and then stay silent, this one lets you know when it's done with a clear alert sound that you'll hear even from the next room. Now, let's talk cleaning, because no one wants to fight with stuck-on grease or wash dishes for 20 minutes after dinner. Thankfully, Ninja's nonstick basket and crisper plate live up to their promises. Most foods leave little to no residue. A quick swipe with a paper towel or sponge usually gets the job done. And for the deeper cleans, both parts are dishwasher safe, which is a huge plus. One user mentioned wiping the crisper plate and throwing it straight into the dishwasher. No fuss, no soak, no scrubbing. Still, like with all non-stick surfaces, there are best practices to make it last. Avoid using metal utensils that could scratch the coating. Stick to silicone or wooden tools, and give it a light oil rub every few weeks if you want to keep that smooth finish in top shape. This isn't a flaw of the Ninja specifically, it's just good maintenance for any coated cookware. Another thing people appreciate is how little mess this fryer makes. The airflow design is contained, so you won't find random oil splatters on your backsplash or steam fogging up your cabinets. There's no drip tray because the basket is deep enough to catch any moisture or fat from cooking meat. That said, you do want to empty and rinse the basket after cooking high-fat foods like wings or sausage to avoid buildup and keep it smelling fresh. Let's not forget about storage and footprint. The compact design isn't just great for small kitchens. It also means it's light and easy to move if you need to store it in a cabinet. At just over 10 pounds, you're not going to break your back lifting it. The handle is integrated and strong, so even with food inside, you feel in control. There is one usability quirk worth repeating. The fryer doesn't pause automatically when you remove the basket. You'll need to press the pause button manually. And while it's not a huge deal, it does catch people off guard, especially those used to older models that pause on their own. 2 reviewers mentioned accidentally leaving the air running while checking their food, only to realize the fan kept blowing and food kept cooking. Is it a flaw? Maybe a small one, but something to keep in mind if you're juggling multiple tasks. And what about longevity? Several buyers report using the fryer consistently for a year or more without any performance drop-off. No issues with the non-stick coating peeling, no overheating, no electrical problems. That's a big deal, especially when many air fryers start to falter after 6 months of heavy use. One review even mentioned buying a second unit as a gift because they trusted it that much. All things considered, this is an appliance that genuinely supports daily cooking, not one you'll dread using. It's fast, clean, intuitive, and built to survive the chaos of real kitchens. Whether you're reheating, meal prepping, or cooking from scratch, it becomes a kind of quiet helper that fits into your rhythm. So here's the bottom line. The Ninja Air Fryer Pro 4-in-1 isn't just another gadget to clutter your counter. It's a kitchen assistant that earns its keep. With powerful air crisp technology, a 5-quart capacity that fits real meals, not just snacks, and a compact, user-friendly design, it delivers consistently crispy, satisfying results whether you're making wings, roasting veggies, or reheating last night's dinner. At $99, this thing offers real value. It's versatile, quick to heat up, and doesn't make a mess. It simplifies dinner without cutting corners on taste or texture, and for many users, it's become the most used appliance in the kitchen. Is it perfect? Not quite. The manual pause function might annoy some, and the capacity could feel tight for larger families. But when you weigh that against everything it does right, fast cooking, low oil crispiness, easy cleaning, it's hard not to see this as one of the best air fryer options in its price range. This isn't just about making food, it's about reclaiming time, eating better, and actually enjoying the process. If your current setup is slowing you down or leaving you with soggy fries and greasy pans, the Ninja Air Fryer Pro is a serious upgrade. It's not just an appliance, it's your kitchen assistant. And if you value performance, simplicity, and that crispy finish without the guilt, this one's hard to beat. If you're ready to make your cooking faster, cleaner, and a whole lot tastier, check the link below for the best current deal. And hey, if you found this review helpful, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling me your go-to air fryer meal or your favorite kitchen hack. Let's swap tips and make the most of every bite. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.